Hello students and welcome back to our English expressions video series. In this 31st Idiom of the Week video, we're going to be discussing pull the rug out. Now this is not to be taken literally. We're not actually physically pulling the rug out from anybody, right? This is just a metaphorical expression, a phrase that we use to describe when something surprising or unexpected happens. I'm going to dive into plenty more detail here in the next slides, but I just want you all to be comfortable with using pull the rug out, knowing when to use it, which situations to use it, and to know your audience. We have some funny images here of this man or woman getting the warning rugs frequently pulled out, and this masked gentleman named Joe, as this man is getting literally swept off his feet because he's getting a rug pulled out from under him. He says, "Oof, Joe," and why you so that's a blank there. So this man is angry. That guy's actually getting a rug pulled out from him. So it's not a pleasant experience. So we're going to talk about why it isn't. So I'm looking forward to this idiom of the week. Pull the rug out. My name is Ben with English from A to Z, and let's get started. All right, so firstly, what does pull the rug out mean? Okay, what is the meaning here? Well, it's to suddenly take away support, help, a safety net, or some kind of security from someone, often leaving them in a difficult or unexpected situation, leaving them in a bind, or leaving them scrambling for a solution. Now, the context behind the meaning is that it's usually used when someone's plans, expectations, or overall stability in life are abruptly disrupted by someone else's action or inaction, frankly. And the way we use it, it's not the full idiom, pull the rug out, right? We need it to describe the object, right? Who is the indirect object here? Pull the rug out from me, from you, from us as a group, from under someone, from under somebody, all right? So we're not physically doing it again, but metaphorically, it could happen to me, could happen to you. So these kind of third person pronouns, all right? From me, from you, from us, for a group, from them. I didn't write this down, but from them, from under someone, from under us, or from under somebody. So you can see that pull the rug out, that's the heart of the idiom, but in order to complete it, you need to describe who it's happening to. Is it happening to you? Is it happening to me? Is it happening to us, me included? Is it just happening to somebody you know or someone you know? So that's key for the context here. Remember, it's about taking away somebody's safety net, taking away their support, some sense of security in life, economic, could be life, could be their life or their business, their work. It can be used in various situations, and someone's plans, expectations, or overall stability in life are being abruptly disrupted by someone else's action or inaction. So we have the meaning, the context, and kind of the full scale of the idiom to put in a sentence. Now, to put it all together, here are some sentence examples of pull the rug out. So there's different contexts we can use it in terms of the workplace first, or professional context. Our example here is the manager pulled the rug out from under me by canceling the construction project at the last minute. So if you're a project maybe you're a project manager, but your boss is the senior manager or the director or executive. He or she can pull the rug out from under you by canceling a project at the last minute. They have that kind of power. You don't. So that's kind of changing expectations or changing stability, in this case, a project at the last minute. So it can be used professionally, personal or relationships. The example, I thought we had an agreement to not gossip anymore, but she pulled the rug out from under me and did it behind my back. Gossip happens. This is just an example, but if you have an agreement with someone and they pull the rug out from under you and they keep doing it, then that can happen in personal relationships. So that's another way we use pull the rug out. Financial investments or in the financial world, it can be used, or in business. The sudden stock market crash pulled the rug out from under the investors who thought the market was stable. People think the market, in this case, stock market, always goes up, or it's always going to be stable. That stability comes into question when there's an unexpected crash or a company goes under, right? So you can use under not just for you, for me, for anyone, but for the investors, right? It can be used in a financial sense. Our next kind of example here is for sports or in general competition. Here we have, just as we were about to win the soccer match, the referee's call pulled the rug out from under us when he called a penalty on us. So when you call penalty, that gives someone a free chance to score a goal, tie the game. In this case, so maybe you're up in a soccer match 1-0 or 2-1. Maybe your player gets a bad penalty called on him or her, and then the referee's call, their decision, pulled the rug out from under. I use us because you're on a team. It affects everybody. Even if it wasn't your penalty, if somebody gets a penalty called on the same player on their team, everybody's gonna get the tie game as a result. So you may not have committed the penalty, but it affects us as a team, because then you all are going to tie the other team, right? So even if it affects one player, we use us instead of you or him or her for this sentence example. And then lastly, casual everyday life. I heard that John promised to help you move to your new apartment this weekend, but then he pulled the rug out from under you by canceling at the last minute. So unfortunately that can happen. Plans change, as I mentioned in the previous slide. So in this case, John, maybe he's a friend or an acquaintance. He wanted to help you move to your new apartment this weekend, but then he pulled the rug out from under you by canceling at the last minute. And that just shows plans can change very quickly. That's an example of pulling the rug out from someone in everyday life or in a casual context. So those are our sentence examples. So we got workplace professional use, personal relationships, even friendships, the financial world, investments, sports and competition, and then casual everyday life. And there's many other contexts we could use, but these are the main 5 I want us to focus on. And lastly, when to where to use pull the rug out. We need to know when to use this idiom. We're not going to use it all the time, right? So again, unexpected changes when describing a sudden loss of support or stability. Maybe you get fired, maybe a project gets canceled, maybe a stock market crash happens. These things happen in life, and that pulls the rug out from under us. Our sense of stability, our foundation is shaken or completely unmoored, to use a good vocabulary word. Again, disruption or shock. When plans, expectations, or agreements are abruptly disrupted or canceled, like John helping you move, or maybe you were supposed to get a promotion, or maybe there was a business deal that fell through. Those are great examples of disruption or shock. Negative surprises used to highlight betrayal, setbacks, or sudden reversals. Maybe you and your friend or a partner had a falling out because of gossip or not talking to each other directly. That's a negative surprise that can happen when you pull the rug out from someone, or maybe it happens to you. Storytelling, to make stories more engaging by emphasizing the dramatic twist of fate or circumstance in terms of plot event. So it can be used fictionally, right? You can describe this happening to a character or to somebody in a story, or you can read about it in a newspaper article. People will use pull the rug out to describe when there's this twist of fate, when there's a dramatic change all of a sudden. They'll use that idiom, pull the rug out, to describe that happening. Some idiom usage tips. Again, pull the rug out works best in informal to semi-formal contexts. You don't want to use it in a formal email to someone, usually. You don't want to use it in academic papers. You don't want to use it in a work presentation. This is more informal, semi-formal contexts with friends, associates. You could use it in business, but you don't want to use it in academic or formal language, for a newspaper, for a journal, let's say for a report, for a project. This is something for informal, semi-formal communications. And then you want to combine this idiom with the context by using complete sentences. And I talked about this in the first slide. You want to make the impact clear. He pulled the rug out from under us by what? You want to make the drama, the impact of the unexpected event whole. So you don't want to say he pulled the rug out from us. You want to go into more detail, right? What did they do? By, because, so, then, right? You want to use the connecting words here to connect the first part. He or she pulled the rug out from under us by blank. What did they do, right? Remember to combine with the context of this idiom and use complete sentences to make the impact very clear, right? He pulled the rug out from under us. That's technically a good, not a good sentence, but that's a complete sentence. But you want to go that extra mile or kilometer by what did they do, right? You want to emphasize the drama, the impact of the unexpected or surprise event that caused you shock, or a negative event, or you want to emphasize good storytelling. You want to give the details by not just saying he pulled the rug out or she pulled the rug out, by telling us why and why it was important. So again, unexpected changes, disruption or shock, often negative surprises, sadly. This is not the happiest idiom. Storytelling usage, when you're writing in English a story, fictional usually, and then informal, semi-formal context. Don't use it in academic papers especially, and then give us the full context. Use the impact to make it clear why this was such a big deal. Why was this actually pulling the rug out from someone or somebody or a group of people? So thank you all so much for watching. I really enjoyed doing this particular idiom, pull the rug out. I think you'll find it very useful to add to your knowledge of English vocabulary. Check out our other great YouTube videos on our channel, from learning new English vocabulary words in our Word of the Week videos to fixing different errors in our Spot That English Error series. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. I do appreciate your support. And also hit the subscribe button to follow us here on our YouTube channel. We have videos every week. If you have any questions or would like to follow our official newsletter for English from A to Z updates, go to our website, www.englishfroma2z.com/newsletter. Thank you all again, and I'll see you all soon for another Idiom of the Week video. Take care now. Bye-bye.